Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Okay, today we are going to be doing something really simple, something that you can actually do it by yourself at home. We are going to be changing the spark plugs of my car, or you can do it on your car. Okay, and you only need a few simple tools. Okay, you will need a ratchet or quarter-inch or half-inch T-joint or extension. Okay, something that's slidable. Plug socket depending on your car. This is a 16mm, a 20.8mm is also available. These two are usually available in your hardware store, and most of the cars actually run on this size. For my case, my car, to remove the ignition coil, I'll need a T8, and I got some spare tools here like a long nose plier or a flathead screwdriver, and of course a magnet as well. So first things first, this video is going to only show you the removal of perhaps just one plug. Okay, open. So depending on certain models, depending on what car, you can just yank out the ignition coil, or perhaps the high tension leads, or what you call spark plug cables on your car. Okay, so very simple. Put your socket in and go anti-clockwise. Remember not to use an air gun. You do not want to break a plug inside your engine head. It's gonna be a disaster to rectify that. So if you have a ratchet, you can go anti-clockwise as well. Okay, and this is the condition of my current plugs, which are still perfect. I don't think it needs replacement. Gap is still fine. Okay, so let me just show you a trick. You put the plug in. Okay, tighten. Okay, so in any case, if you are unable to retrieve the plug that's too deep inside the engine head, you can always use a long nose plier to retrieve it. Let me just get my torchlight. So look inside and just winch out the plug. Okay, another trick you can also do, which I always do for most cars, is that I will just put the ignition coil into the head to reach for the plugs, which might or might not work. It usually works on most cars like this, and there you go, you got the plug out. So again, my plugs are fine. It does not need replacement. You can clean it with a wire brush. Just be careful. You can clean it with some petrol and whatnot, but again, it's entirely up to you. If you want to be replacing a new plug, or you want to reuse your plug, if the condition of the plugs are not too bad, then go ahead. So there. One more thing to keep an eye is that if you remove all 4 plugs, okay, it is fairly important to ensure that all 4 plugs are of the same color. So I'm gonna be kittens. So I'm gonna be putting these plugs back while I speak to you on the importance of having plugs of the same color. So your spark plug can tell you 1001 conditions about what's going on in your engine. If they're all black, you're running too rich. If it's all white, you're running too lean. So yeah, just put it in clockwise. Okay, not too tight, quarter turn. A lot of DIY mechanics tend to either over tighten the plugs, or the plugs are not tight enough. Over tightening will cause problems. They might break. If it's not tight enough, you might lose compression through the plugs. So coils in, and don't forget to tighten the number 8 that's on top. So as I was mentioning just now, if it's too black, you're too rich. If it's white, you're running a little bit lean. Okay, and however, if you see one plug color being different than the other, perhaps if it's oily, you might have a leaky valve seal, or if one of the plugs are significantly whiter than the other three, you might have an injector that is not functioning properly. If the plugs, if one plug is significantly blacker than the other three, let me just think, you might have an injector that's stuck open, or perhaps a valve that's not closing properly, insufficient engine compression. There are 1001 scenarios that can be caused by a single plug that's you know, a different color from the other three. However, if you have two plugs, let's just say 1-4 or 2-3, 2 white, 2 black, okay, it's a very high possibility that you might have a problem with the engine's valve timing. Your timing belt, your timing chain might have skipped the tooth, you know, that might be causing a irregular firing order, compression, valve timing and whatnot. So if you have any questions on the color of your plug, if you have any questions on what plug should you be using, you don't want to be using the wrong plugs in your car, feel free to drop me a comment in the section below. Alright, so again, there is nothing much to show in this video. It's the simplicity of taking a plug out and putting a new one in, or cleaning your plugs. Of course, not to forget checking your plug gaps and whatnot. That will be shown in another video on how I'll be gapping plugs for a turbo engine. So once again, this is a super short, super simple video. It's most of the info is pretty much from me talking to you guys over this video. Nothing visual for today. And thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, if you like what you watched, do hit the subscribe button. And again, plugs, they can get quite complicating. So if you have any questions, do not be afraid to ask me in the comment section below. Yeah, thank you.